Good day. I've been traveling a lot this weekend, and in that time, before I went, I checked the events. And Friday, I spent the whole day just grinding gold. Saturday, I've been farming gear drops, and Sunday as well, today as well, for the Tales of the Smith event, which has started today. I've done nothing at the moment, but I have a whole load of gold, 6.5 million gold, which is the most I've had, and I'm not going to have it very long. And yeah, I'm going to do some gear upgrading today. The first time for me since I cleared Gear Raid 217 Thursday, I think I started clearing it. So this is my first big batch of mythic drops. There's a few good ones. There's a bunch of okay ones. So I'm hopeful I get some good stuff out of this. So let's see how we do. So if you're curious, my criteria for what gear I keep is predominantly, I don't really care about sets at the moment. I haven't really got enough choice to be that picky. One day, but not yet. I just take whatever I get. But in terms of the stats, I sell everything that's a flat stat at the moment. I've looked into it. I've seen some max sets, and the flat stats you get aren't really comparable. I've seen some people use them if you've got really good rolls, but I don't really have the wealth either, and I'm farming pretty fast now, so I sell all the flats. I keep the percentage ones, but the percentage one, the criteria for me is that it has to have at least 2 good related subs to the main stat. So if it's a HP or defense main stat, I want to have HP and rage regen or something useful as the subs. What I'm looking for mainly is attack, crit damage, and crit rate. Now, I put crit damage and crit rate as more valuable than attack because you can get attack as subs in the weapon and the chest, but you can't get crit damage or crit rate. So those are the most valuable ones for me. And of course, the most valuable sub for me is crit rate because, again, you can't get it on the other side, and because it's an actual number that you kind of need to hit a target for. My target is 70% at the moment. I haven't really done the math on it. It's just it tends to be a good number to aim for. So that's the ones I've kept. But the way I'm going to start this, to keep my hopes up, so I have something to look forward to, I'm going to upgrade the HP, defense, and healing percent ones first. Then I go attack, crit rate, and then crit damage, because I know I've got a pretty juicy crit damage one, and I'm really hoping that rolls well. So I'll save that till last, and we'll see how that goes. Sort of my camera out was a little bit too light. So let's get started. Now I'm going to start with the helmet slot. And as you can see, I have a lot of yellows on most of my characters. This is actually the best gear I have right now, this curse helm. I think I showed it before. So I'm going to filter it by... Let's start with HP bonus. And there's 6 I've kept already. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to have enough gold for this. So I kept this one. I remember this one, actually. At least I've probably got a few like this. But I kept it because I think tanks are really tanky in this game, you know. I got Captain Reeve, and the guy doesn't die. And that's only going to be more prevalent the more gear he gets. So I think it might be a good idea to focus the main stats to keep them tanky, but maybe I'm going to try building up the subs like this item to make them do a bit of damage, because he does actually do pretty good damage. Now my belief is taking it to +4 first, because I've seen a consistency. If it rolls low on the first one, it's just binned, like the whole thing just rolls crap. So this rolled pretty good. So I believe that the lowest we'll get is about here, like halfway through crit damage on this one, and the highest might be up the bar up, but we'll see how accurate that is. But so far, it's what it seems like. Yeah, it seems to be if you have a good roll, then they'll all be kind of roughly around the same thing, and if you have a bad one, they're all going to be just straight in the bin. So let's see how this one goes, because this is actually not bad at the moment. To have that high crit damage, that high attack is quite good, and if the crit rate, see, about halfway. I'm tempted to 12 this, but it's to 16 this, but it's so expensive. It would just... I'll hold off for now, but I'm actually really quite happy with that. I think that's a really nice little piece there. Wait, what am I looking at? Where is it? Oh, it's this one. So many kind of similar subs. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's cool. Good attack, good crit damage. If the crit rate's anywhere near that, then I think that's quite nice. So on to the next one. I'm probably going to sell a bunch of these rather than upgrade them. Some of them I got at the start and I wasn't sure what to save. I think for this one, I'll +8. Because that has 2 pretty good stats. Defense percent is nice and crit chance is nice. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to have... I'm going to sell that piece. Sometimes it's nice to have a piece that has really good attacks, offense stats, but has strong defense if you have a mission or in particular that you're struggling to stay alive on. This one isn't too interesting, but part of it is I want to see a perfect gear drop, you know. So +4ing and +8ing is okay. So if this rolls stupid high, then it would have been worth it, right? If it rolls like that, it's not worth it. So the ones that I'm not going to be keeping, as you can see, I just unlock them. So when I go to sell them later, they pop up. This one, I don't think I'm going to keep it. It's kind of a bit random. I'll +4 this one, sure. I really value crit chance as a sub. There's going to be characters in future that have stuff to do with crits that are tanks. So it has HP, rage regen, flat HP again, and then defense. It didn't roll particularly high. What was the set? It was this set. I think I'll put it up for sale for now. And maybe I'll change my mind at the end of all the rolling. This one, again, it's not too interesting. This one, okay, I'll try it again. I like the idea of building my defenders to have a fair bit of damage just to see if it works, if there's much payout from it, because Captain Reeve does pretty good magic damage. The rolling is not good, but I have to say the one that rolled well was a pretty good one to roll well. The crit damage and the attack are quite high. So what do you think? Should I'm gonna leave this one locked. It has decent subs. I haven't rolled this one because that's the one I wanted to sell. Yes, there's this one which is not terrible. This one, I'll leave that as it is. I'll move on. So we'll go to the neck piece. There's 2 pieces here with HP %. I've rolled that one already. This one has healing effect. Maybe it was something I was considering for Hydros. I'm not sure. We'll just +4 it. If it's the first stat, it's quite cheap to. I mean, even here, look, 750 for the level 3 to 4. Not really a good enough roll. Maybe I'm being too fussy now. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna flog it. Let's have a look at this one. I'm gonna flog this one too. Make a bit. Maybe I'll come out of this with money going by how this is going. Maybe I'm being too picky. I might have to revisit these if I'm not doing very well at the end of it. This one again is just kind of boring. There's 2 flats. They're not bad flats because it has yeah, fine. Actually, I changed my mind. I'll roll it to 4, and then from that we can see if it's worth keeping. Because if it rolls super high on flat defense, flat HP, and then all the way up, it would actually be. You know, I'll give it a go. This could be like a super tanky drop. Because if the rage regen rolls very high, it's not bad. It's actually quite a good piece. I'll +12 it. I think it has potential. Maybe I'm just like reverse bias. I felt like I was throwing too much stuff away, so I want to upgrade stuff. But I'm not against that. 4 rage regen is not bad, and if defense rolls that high as well, that's pretty tanky, right? And again, this is another one from the Guardian piece, which I'm not certain is the best set, but maybe there's a defender who relies heavily on shields that I just don't have yet. This one, sure, I'll just +4 it. Again, it has pretty decent subs, and the set is quite good for it. Glacios gives you attack based on your health, I think, your total health size, but the roll's quite low. Let's have a look at the other ones. This one was cool. You don't see attack speed much, so I'd like this to roll high. And it's quite cool as well to have a Glacier set that has attack bonus, attack, and attack speed. And then it rolls like that. Oh, that's okay. We're still like only on the HP % drops at the moment. So we've got a long way to go. My gold's holding up okay, 6.3. I've not pulled the trigger yet and gone for a 16. I'm disappointed in that. I think that could have been quite a good rune. Again, I'll roll this up. I don't really have anyone in particular in mind for most of these items. Captain Reeve I'd like to deck out in some heavy hitting stuff to see how it works. It's okay. Like I said, I think it averages. I'm doing fine on gold. Let's take it to 8 and see. I just want to see my theory. I've not seen one where where a stat is like right at the bottom and then right at the top, or vice versa. It's always like kind of, yeah, like maybe my theory, right, is that when you get a piece, it's assigned like a hidden score out of 100, and then when you upgrade it, it upgrades between like a variant around the number. So if it's like there's a hidden number like Glacier Ring 36, and then when you upgrade this, it will be around 36%, right? That's my theory, because it just seems too consistent whenever you upgrade stuff. It's all pretty close to the center of, you know, the average of all the upgrades. So then the next one, the rage upgrade, will probably be like here for rage regen. Let's see how this goes. went the other way, which is, I'm happier with that. Obviously, I'm a pessimist. I could have showed, yeah, it's going to go up. No, I just went straight for it. It's going to go down. But that's not a bad piece. I like the idea of focusing on rage regen. There's some really good ults in this game. There are some characters who are just there for their ult. There's a mage I'm tempted to mess about with. It's like a little lizard dude with a sword, mage. And he has a stun thing. And I'm curious to see if you built super fast rage regen on him, if you could stun lock enemies. Anyway, I need to start unchecking some of these. So this one can go. This one can go. Yeah, you can go as well. I'll keep you because you're kind of interesting. But really, I like this one because it's got rage regen, which is nice. And this one rolled really well. And why do I have you? Sure, it's actually got good subs, I guess, but it's a yellow. I've moved on. Times are better. Okay, let's move on to defense. It should be alright. It's 5 in the helmet. That's a lot. HP. Now, a lot of people say you don't need defense because you're tanky enough with just health, and most characters scale on health. I think there's only one character I'm aware of. I think it's Pachel. She's like an angel 4-star epic that scales on defense. But surely that won't remain for very long, right? They'll introduce characters that have defense scaling, so I'm keeping them. That's one of my favorite things in these games. There was a character called, in Summoner's War called Copper, who was great. And having a unit that wasn't as greedy for gear was so nice. So if I do manage to get a good drop, I know who I can give it to. Like, if that, oh, this is a nice one. Look at that, all the way. Attack, crit chance, crit damage, attack bonus. Because if this rolled really well, you could just give this to a damage dealer. It's a shame it's the Glacier set, so you'd rather it be HP percent on the main. But it didn't roll well anyway, so I guess that's fine. It's a bit disappointing. The amount of gear drops you get like this that are flat subs or flat main is very upsetting. I'm gonna flog this one. It's quite low. I don't really think we need that. Alright, on to the next one. Yeah, again, they're all defense. I need to remember that. Alright, wait, hold on. I'll just +4 this. Just in case, again, just in case it hits the top. I mean, it's not awful, but it's a Glacier set and the main is defense, so it's not really a strong start. I think I'd have to see it go very high for it to be worth it. This one is a really random one. I guess I'll just +4. I'm just +4ing things if I don't know. That gives me the best. I just want to see something go really high, I guess. To be honest, I think that's all it is. I just want to see something hit the ceiling. And at the moment, I've blown for 300k out of the 6.5 I started with, which is, I'm doing fine. I can dabble a bit, right? At the end, we'll go back and I'll +16 some stuff. You see, the attack would have been the fun one to roll high on, but whatever. I think. Again, yeah, maybe there's a defense scaling unit in future. I will keep you. You survived today. This one isn't the worst either. This one is not great. This one is not great either. Yo, that Glacier one is looking better suddenly. Alright, I'm going to keep the Glacier one. Okay, now moving on. Necklace. We have 2. Defense. This is a pretty good offensive one. 3%, all for aggressive stuff. The set is not really that useful, but again, maybe there's something in future that really wants that. And I'll roll up the crit chance as well, because crit chance is quite a big one. I think it's one of the most important subs you can get. I think it's quite an easy one to know. Do I have a crit sub on this? No. Is it really worth keeping? Because it's hard to build around not having it. And okay, I'll +4 this again. If I +4 it, then we know, right? If it hits the ceiling, then having that on crit chance and crit damage is quite nice. Especially if they do introduce a crit. Okay, never mind. It just crawled. Wait, where were you? I need to get rid of you. You were not the one. I think I'm going to make money out of this, the way this is going. Okay, yeah. Another one that has potential crit chance at the front, so it's easy to +4 it and move on. This is the penetration scaling set. And it's not terrible. I'll leave that for now. How are we doing with this one? Are we gonna somewhere up here maybe? Nope. Okay. Fine. I don't blame you. I just dislike you. And we'll move on to. I'm not fond of this piece. I'm gonna sell this piece. The sets, they're all decent, right? But they're so far down that I don't. It would have to roll crazy. Which I guess is what I'm about, right? Let's try. I'm just gonna +4 almost everything that seems like it has an ounce of hope, because if it rolls high, then it's worth it, right? By high, I mean like 90%. This one was okay. This one was not. I can. Yeah, we'll get rid of that as well. That's decent, that's decent. Cool. So now we can move on to healing percent. Healing effect. There's a bunch of these. They drop, I would say, too much. But these are basically, I'm looking for upgrades for my Elwyn or my Vortex here. Or when I build a... What's her name? I'm going to have to check, but I don't want to exit the screen. There's a lady who, 4-star epic, who is really good in Guild Boss, which is what I want to focus on next. Anvita, yeah. Or one of these will be for Anvita, I'm guessing. If I roll up well, these will be for Anvita. Oh, that stings. Okay, goodbye. Shame. Alright, Rage Regen. This is a nice piece. Well, the rest of the ones are kind of naff, but if it's a healer who scales on attack, it's not bad, right? It's not great though, is it? Oh, I had higher hopes for this, you know? Again, this is a nice piece, but it needs to roll well. At the end of today, I'm planning to fully deck out my healers. Because, okay, that's not bad. We'll leave it to go to Rage Regen. It's not great, but I'm running out of helmet healing pieces, and I know my healers don't have mythic pieces. Oof. Oof. That didn't go very well, did it? Okay, well, moving on. Oh wait, hold on. So Elwyn's has 16.5% attack. Okay, well, I just want to see if it can beat Elwyn's. If not, it will go to Anvita or whoever else I pull that's a healer. There's a couple of good epics that I don't have their healers. Hey, that's not too bad. Is that the same as what hers was? No, 16.5. But this is 16.5, 14.5 with... You know what, never mind. Moving on. 2 pieces. Attack. So this one is angled for and my Elwyn. Not a bad set for her. It increases her attack based on her HP. Could be worse. Not the greatest roll. And this one... No, don't replace. What have I done? What were you wearing, chap? I'm really confused. Oh, it's because I've got the okay, yeah. Now I need to find what he was wearing. That was... I'm not convinced that was it. I think it was. Okay, cool. Back to what we were doing. This was the last piece. Enhance. This would be for Vortex. He needs health. Defense would help as well, because mine does die a bit. The ones that had most potential did not roll very well. But because there's so few of them... Wow, okay. I actually had a pretty good one on her. Well, I'll keep the rest for now. I'll probably scrap them at some point. This has attack speed on it, and it has not much else. So this isn't great. I just like attack speed. You don't get it much. If it rolls high, it will be cool. That's cool. That's cool. You know, it could push up a whole bar. It could go down a whole bar, but I've decided to flip. Let's be optimistic. Just okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you for trying. You will not be missed. Okay, this one has pretty good subs. It has a lot of different stuff. Hopefully it upgrades well. It's not the worst. We'll leave it going to +8. If it rolls well here, it's a pretty good one for Vortex. Like I said, mine is not 6-star. He dies kind of easily in Gear Raid 2. And it's not bad, his piece, is it? Okay, well, again, I'll 4 it just in case it rolls very high on the attack bonus. If it does, I can give it to Elowen, assuming she doesn't have better. Ooh, I jinx it every time I say that. It just rolls really poorly. I was expecting to do fairly well out of this tonight, but so far, not the best. But there is much to be done, and I've saved the best till last, right? So after this, we're moving on to attack. That's good. Let's keep this one going. If we see the HP go higher than the attack, then we have a really good one for Elowen. Okay, we don't see that. But I'm going to keep going anyway. Crit chance is a dud stat on healers, but you just never know what you end up with in future. I think there's also an artifact that does give you... I think it's 10% of your crit chance is basically a crit heal chance. So if you have a 100% crit chance, you have a 10% chance to fire another heal, effectively. I've not got it, but I've seen people talking about it, confused. Wow, it's like a ladder. Nice. I'm going to forget that one for now, but I'll keep it. And this one... yeah, you know what? Element will take this one. I'll 12 this for now. So where we're at, we spent just over $500,000, and we have about $6 left. So that's not bad, considering most of my drops were this. The rest are not going to take very long. There are not many of them. Unfortunately, it's very hard to get good pieces for attack, crit rate, and crit damage. So that's where we're at. Okay. Cool. Now. Yeah. No. What am I? There we go. Okay, cool. Helmets. There's 3 here. I think I just kept this one because it's the crit damage is on the 4 and the others are all percentage subs. So tanky, you know, it could be good, but it has to roll very well for it to be good. That's not quite very well, but I'll leave it for now. This one, again, I think it's just because the chance that you roll very high on crit chance, it's worth it for me at this stage. I have so many characters who are just not geared, let alone geared well. So it's, for my game stage, I'm okay with keeping and attempting some of these items. I know a lot of people would probably cringe at the idea of keeping gear like this, but that's where I'm at. I've got to make do. That's not great though. I don't think I'll be keeping that one after all. And this one is one I have hope for. It's annoying that the crit chance is at 16, but if it rolls high, I'll take it straight to 16. No questions asked. Attack, crit damage, and crit chance. Oh, that's nice. That is a good start. 28%. Okay, let's go to 12. Hopefully it keeps this trend going, because if crit chance hits that high, it will be a beautiful thing. 28% crit damage on an attack. That's nice. And they'll be tanky as well with HP and HP bonus. This is pretty good for someone like Salavic, because he has so much health. Just chucking more health on top would be beautiful. Plus a whole lot of crits. Yo, that's not bad. That's good. Alright, I'm going to come back and 16 this one. Well, since we're at the end, should I just do it now? Let's do it now, then I know what the damage is, you know, to my in-game wallet. 5.8 mil is where we start. You can just see it burning so quickly. So 5.8. It's taken us like 150k to get 3 levels. If it continues that, that's... oh, come on. The crit chance was the lowest roll? Why? Is it better? It's not, right? I lose 10% crit chance. I do gain a chunky amount of crit damage, but I'm gonna hold on to that for someone else. I think Salazar's okay for the moment, though. Getting attack speed on crit is nice. The set bonus is really good for the Night Terror, in my eyes at least. But I mean, if you look at Salavic, his is actually quite good, but it's not this good. 60% attack bonus. He loses a bit of health. Maybe he makes it back up in the flat. He loses crit chance, which is unfortunate, but the massive pickup in attack damage and crit damage is quite cool. So that's a nice piece. Okay, this one again, I think I just kept these because I was getting so few perfect ones, or so few like pretty good ones. I thought I'll just roll some and see how they go. It's unfortunate that crit rate rolled so low just now, because it would have been amazing if that rolled in line with the other two good rolls. Then it would have been so good. But we move on. Hey, that's not bad. Let's take it to 12. 25.5% crit chance. That's quite ideal. I'm looking to gear up my Wrath as well. Naturally, I would want crit damage. I don't value attack as the main stat all that much, but if you have, I think this is a pretty good piece. Generally, it lacks crit damage, it lacks attack speed, but I'm not at that stage where I can be so fussy. This isn't a great piece, but it has crit damage on 4, and it's cheap to roll 4. If it max rolls 4, then maybe I might want to roll with it. It's not high enough not to justify the other subs. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. And this one has, okay, fine, just for the sake of rolling it, let's do it. But the crit chance is all the way at the bottom on 16, and that is just too expensive for me to just entertain it for the chance that maybe it's good. That's too much. And yeah, that's not a good roll. Goodbye. Now onto rings. We have 4. I'm confused. Did that one I rolled a while ago and then left? Why? Okay, this one is quite good. It's flat attack, but it's because I already have attack percent. It's flat HP. Like the best scenario would have been this would have been speed, but it's not. I'll 12 this anyway because the subs are good. But attacks, I've not had a single drop yet where it's actually perfect. Where you've got crit damage, crit rate, speed, attack speed, and then like attack flat, or I don't know. I guess it would be some kind of rage would be one of your best. This is pretty good so far. If crit rate is around where the other two have rolled, I'll be very happy. If it's higher, I'll be ecstatic. A man can dream. Ooh, that is nice, guys. Look at that. 23.5% crit damage, 21% crit chance. Okay, let's just 16 it, because that's what the point of this is, right? I think I'll be okay on cash. I think I might actually finish with some money. I was expecting to go full bankrupt at the end of this, but I guess that was optimistic, right? Though I've just started rolling this one, so I should probably wait. What did we start on, like 5.5 mil? We've got our third upgrade, one more to go. It's not too bad so far. It is burning money though. This is 0.5 mil into one. Yeah, this is we've passed the 0.5 mil mark just to upgrade one piece from 12. 600k. Oh, okay, and it was just to get a flat, but it's got a nice main, right? Again, I know people aren't fond of this set, but hot diggity, it's not that bad. I think it's worth it on this character, right? And again, I know people hate this quick equip, and I don't blame you. Also, why is it telling me to just dump everything on the floor? Okay, yeah, quick equip is not the best, guys. Yeah, it's just not. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. I'll do the rest first, and then I'll look at gearing people. For this one, I'll go to 8 because it's got attack speed, and like I said, I always want to see attack speed. This one, I was actually thinking more for a healer because it has healing on it, and it's got attack as the main. So two things that healers scale on a lot of the time, and then the attack speed just benefits that, and then the other two make them tankier. That's my thinking with keeping this one. I wouldn't really see it on a. I think that's not too bad. I wouldn't see this on an attack unit. I'm okay with these so far. I will be keeping these. And I'll just +4 this one, because crit chance is the only really important stat. It's not the best, but yeah, it's worth checking, right? I really just want to see like a godly roll on something, like hit all the way to the end. So we have run out of attack, so we're down to crit chance, and then it'll be crit damage. So a single one here for crit chance. The crit damage is locked away at the bottom. Do I even roll this? It's not great, right? I'm still curious. I like the set, but I don't rate the item. If it rolls very well, then I think it's worth it. But that's not really well, is it? That's okay. I think I'm going to leave that for now and probably sell it later. I have 2 pieces here. Very mediocre, this one, isn't it? Attack bonus is nice, but it has to roll high to justify the other subs. It rolled okay. I'll take it a bit further. I've farmed so much this weekend, I don't really want to farm that much anymore, but I would like to outfit my guys with some better gear, so I want to make the most out of this. That's pretty good. That's pretty good going. I'll leave that there for now. And we'll go to this one. I don't even think this one's worth it. It's not the worst. I'll just for it for funsies, but I'm not keeping this piece. I already know that. But I have 4.8 mil left. I'm not going to run out of cash. Yeah, I think that one's going to go. Alright, so then, the final ones. Crit damage. Why did I keep this? I'm going to sell this one. I'm not even going to bother upgrading it. It just doesn't seem that useful. Right? I don't think it does. Okay, this is one of the big ones. It has attack bonus, crit chance, and attack on a crit damage. So it has crit damage, attack percent, crit chance, and flat attack. That's a lot. I'm going to take it straight to 12 because I'll be keeping this regardless, I'm pretty sure. It's just too decent of a general piece to... it's a shame. It's good still because it's not a bad roll and I don't have great gear. But it would have been awesome if it was like a really nice roll. Super average, man. I'm going to 16 it because, again, it has all the stats I want. The healing isn't ideal, but hey, Salazar heals himself when he stabs people, right? And the healing's, better. And I'm doing okay on cash, so I'll just 16 this. And then at the end, it'll be easy for me to upgrade my units. Change their gear about. Alright, yeah. Whenever I hit 16, I don't really realize the financial commitment I've made. I'm just like, 16, yeah, that'll take like some time. And then you realize your gold's just flying down, and you're like, maybe I don't walk away from this one. Okay. Super average rolls, but not a bad piece, right? See, all the pieces I want to chuck on Salazar that I've just rolled up would all drop his... Because it is going to show this set, yeah. They would drop his... That's not bad, right? That's a huge gain in health. A lot of health. A bit of a drop in attack, but not a lot. The drop in crit chance sucks. But the pickup in crit damage is nice. And that piece, what is this piece? Is this one. So the crit chance will actually be made up for. So I'll have gained crit chance and gained crit damage. And I'll gain even more HP. And I'll get the crit set. That's not bad. I'll lose rage recovery, which sucks because I love his ultimate. I think this is the last piece. And this is a decent piece again. Attack bonus and crit chance. And it has rage on it. Let's roll this to 12. Maybe take it to 16. As long as it doesn't roll awful. It's not the best set ever. Not a bad start. Would hope for more, but not a bad start. How are we doing? Defense is high-ish. Better than average. Again, I'll 16 this because crit chance is important as a sub. Very important. And I have money still. So I'm okay with this one. I think this one has potential. So long as crit chance doesn't roll lower than rage regen, I think it's a pretty solid piece. It's not the best piece, but it's pretty solid. Crit damage, attack, crit chance, some rage regen, some defense. It all adds up. Down to 3.8 mil. I can probably afford a few more of these, but not too many more. Farming gold took a lot of time. To be fair, I think I made at least 2 mil from farming GR2. Gear A2 was giving me a lot. Oh, nice. The best roll was on the crit chance. That's cool. Alright, well that's my rolling, guys. That's all the stuff done. Didn't get anything incredible. Yeah, I'm going to take this one to 16. I think this was the one I was going to give to my Captain Reeve to make him punch people really hard. And super tanky. Well, I'm going to go over the ones now, and I'm going to 16 everything that seems pretty good or pretty decent, because this might not seem like a lot to some of the you guys watching, but for me this is some of the best gear I've had, or is the best gear I've had. A lot of the ones you just saw roll up. I don't have a lot right now. This is my first full batch of running a lot of gear raid. So hopefully I get some more in future. I kind of did this because it lined up with the events that were ongoing. I guess I wonder how much I've done in the event, actually. The hammer event thingy. That's not nice, game. Come on. Why you gotta do me like that? Oh, this is the one that's important anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Why did I 16 that one? Alright, so I started on 3 mil. Let's see how much it costs to go from 12 to 16, starting at 3 mil. We're over nearly 700k, 666,000 it cost me. Okay, well that's that done. I don't think there were any others that were of note, right? So to make my life easier, let's flog all the ones that were naff, including you. I don't like this UI. If you then toggle this, it will deselect everything else, so I need to remember to do that first. Alright, 162k I'm making back. Boom. Not bad, not shabby. So, helmets. What does it say if I quick equip? I do want this set on Salazar. I think it would be a good set. Can I select multiple? No? Okay, crit damage. This is a kind of piece I've given to Shark King. Crit chance, there's this piece which is... Let's 12 it and see. But it's not looking great, right? I mean, it's not the worst. So let's go back to crit damage, because that's where the juicy one was. Am I blind? Where was the big one? Have I sold it? Was it attack? It was attack. Okay. Let's just have a look at Night Terror. That's the set I'm interested in. So it's this piece is good. This piece is good. Well, it's decent, right? And then there's this one. Let's just roll this up to 16 because this completes the set. It's not great. I acknowledge it's not great. It has no crit damage on it. The crit attack is low. I've not rolled speed in any of these, but it beats what I've got right now. So I'm gonna go with that, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we match the rage regen. If I do go this route, Salazar is going to be very tanky. He doesn't really need it, to be honest. So maybe I would be better off giving this to Salavic, but Salazar does so much work for me, he kind of deserves the best, right? Oh, that went up in one attempt on the 16. Nice. Okay, so what do I get out of this? I gain 23% crit chance. That's quite big. That pushes me up to 87%, and it pushes my crit up to 240 something percent. My attack is not the highest. I would free up some curse set, which is not really good for Salazar. I just kind of had it because I didn't have much alternative. So let's do that. Attack is kind of low now, but the crit damage is nice, right? That's a lot of crit damage. 246%? 246% is pretty good on near 90% crit chance. I'm probably overdoing it on crit chance. I know the guy likes to crit, but he's no, he's not guaranteed. He crits on his second a lot anyway, so he should be critting darn near all the time like this. Would be nice to pump up his rage recovery a bit, or get some more auto rage regen. But I'm happy with that. I think that's a big up for him. There's this piece as well. Actually, I should really consider the other stuff I've got, because this has attack speed on it. But I would be dropping a huge amount of crit damage. I would gain crit rate, which I don't need to gain. I have enough. I think he might have had a good piece here. This one has... So I would gain crit damage again, but I would lose attack. Let's... Is this foolish? This is quite foolish. But I am foolish, and I have a little bit of money left to burn. So let's burn it. Not too bad, not too shabby. So, what do we think? I already have quite a lot of crit damage. 94%. Do I need to gain another 25% at the loss of attack? So what, 16.5% is 1,000 attack, 1,072. So I would be losing 660 attack. I'll leave it for now. Maybe I'll revisit this when I look at math a bit more. It's cool to have him very tanky, not excessively necessary. Anyway, yeah, that's the result. I've got a new set of gear on Salazar. Pretty good set. Some nice pieces here. Nothing crazy, but some good stuff. And yeah, you can see I have now got a whole bunch of mythic gear lying around that's of varying qualities and usefulness. But look, just a wall of red. Pretty good result overall. I'm quite happy with that. I think I came out of that quite well. That's a nice piece I could give Elwyn. So yeah, just thought I would share some of my upgrading to show you guys what I've been doing. Not bad results so far. Got some pretty good drops. Nothing crazy. Still holding out hope that that happens. I'm going to chuck this on this fella. The problem with using the auto stuff is it just assumes everyone is a fighter. It just gives all of your fighter stuff to everyone. And it's no, I don't want to drop 15k health. Your whole point is that you don't die. I'm going to chuck some pieces around. You never know. Oh yeah, look at this one I had on him for a while. I quite like this one. Yeah, I will leave him like that. He's now a lot tankier. I've pushed my battle power up a little bit on some people, so that's cool. And I'll regear you in a bit. Push this event through. I'm hoping I've smashed it, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't really done this event before. Oh, I got pretty far, right? That's quite good going. 3.8k. Still got 3 days of it left. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Wish you all the luck with your gear drops and your gear raid and your upgrading. And yeah, thanks again. Take care, guys.